Hey guys, my name is Jaden May here with Keller Williams out of Houston, Texas. I just wanted to give you guys a quick step-by-step tutorial on how to buy a house in 2021. Okay, so the first step, we're going to talk about the different loan options we have and which one's best for you. Then we're going to go over how much money you should put down, and then we're going to talk about your credit score. Okay, so let's get started on the different type of loans. We have conventional and an FHA. Now the conventional loan is the most common type of loan we'll have. It makes up 72% of all home purchases. So now what a conventional loan is something that's not backed by the government. You got to go through a bank or a private lender. Now with a conventional loan, typically you'll have to put around 10 to 15% down if you intend to live in this property as a primary residence. Now the FHA is a government-sponsored loan, which typically means they'll have lower credit qualifications, a lower down payment, and in some cases a little bit cheaper to close. With an FHA loan, you can put as little as 3.5%, but don't get too excited now. So an FHA loan is a little bit more risky, so they'll end up charging you a higher interest rate and putting PMI, which is private mortgage insurance. Now PMI is an extra charge that they'll charge on top of your mortgage just in case you default on your loan. So now it's going to be your time to run up the numbers and see which one's best for you. Just like you need a down payment, you also need a decent credit score. Credit is an essential part of being able to qualify for your loan and end up buying your house. For the lowest interest rates and the most money back in your pocket, you should aim for around a 740 credit score. If you're not there yet, don't panic. The minimum required credit score for a conventional loan is only 680. The minimum for an FHA loan, however, is only 500 if you put 10% down, or 580 if you put 3.5% down. So once you have a pretty good idea of how much you can spend, it's time to get pre-qualified. Now, getting pre-qualified is where you talk to a lender and basically see how much you can afford. They'll ask you for a couple documents, which I'll go through in a second. Now, getting pre-qualified, you have to talk to a lender before you even start looking at properties. Looking at properties may get your hopes up, and we don't want to do that. When you look at properties without getting pre-qualified, it basically wastes your time, your agent's time, and the seller's time. The last thing you want is when you find the house of your dreams and to come to find out you can't afford it. So don't put extra stress on yourself. Go talk to a lender and see what exactly you can afford. So what's a lender going to ask for? First, they're going to want 1 to 2 years of your tax returns as proof of income. Second, they're going to look at your full credit report. Third, they're going to want 2 to 6 months of your bank statements, also as proof of income. Fourth, if you work for an employer, they're also going to want your pay stubs. Fifth, they're going to want 2 to 6 months of expenses on addition to your down payment. So now that we talked about how much you need to put down, which loan option is best for you, and getting pre-qualified, let's move on to the next one. Now we're on to the fun part, actually searching for your home. First, you must write out exactly what you must have. So put some serious thought into these things. Do you need to be in a certain location? How many bedrooms do you need? Do you need a big backyard? Do you have dogs? Think about these things. Thinking about these things before and having an idea of what exactly you want will help you out tremendously searching for your home. So now that we know what we want, we look at everything on the market. So take a Saturday or Sunday, look at every open house that fits your needs. The more properties you look at, the more idea you're going to get of what you don't like and what you do like. And then you're going to find out that you like something that you didn't even know existed. So now that you found your perfect home, it's finally time to make an offer. Now there's so many different negotiation styles I can go through and how to get the best price, but I'm going to leave that for another video because I could be here for an hour. If you're interested in learning more, comment down below and I'll be sure to make a video. So now my advice is always going to be put a little bit more down. Why do I say this? This is because I've seen buyers' offers not get accepted and taking the one that's $3,000 more, and these buyers are filled with regret because if they would have put a little bit more down, they could have had the house of their dreams. There's no problem with putting a little bit more money down in order to get your dream house. It's better to offer more than risk losing it to an offer that's a few $1,000s more. So that's my recommendation from the buyer's perspective. Great, so you got your offer accepted. Now it's time for the fun part, inspections. I recommend doing as many as you possibly can to ensure nothing is wrong with the property. These include general inspections, plumbing inspections, electrical inspections, roof inspections, termite inspections. You know what? I just recommend doing as many as you possibly can. So now that you got all your inspections done, let's talk about closing costs. Closing costs usually consist of escrow fees, title charges, insurance charges, anything else that may be in the escrow process. For the most part, escrow is usually 1% of the sale price. So let's take a $300,000 house, 1% of that would be $3,000. That means with a $300,000 house, closing costs will be somewhere around $3,000. So 1% is a nice estimate when calculating closing costs. So now you're probably wondering how long this process actually takes. This one honestly depends on how picky you are and what type of loan option you pick. Some buyers fall in love with the first house they see, others take years to find exactly what they want. For the most part, it takes buyers around 60 to 120 days. This includes a 30 through 90 day house hunt and then another 30 through 45 days to go through the inspections, appraisal, underwriting, and then finally closing on the property. So hopefully by now you're finally closed on your home. It's now time to grab that bottle of wine you've been saving, pour it up, drink it by the bottle. We won't judge you. Enjoy your house. When it comes to buying a property for yourself, it's vital that you're actually happy with your purchase. And if you're going to be living in it long term, it's even more important that you like it. So I hope this video gave you a little bit more insight on the step-by-step process of buying a home. If you know anyone in the Houston, Texas area, I'd love to help them out. Send any questions, comments, concerns to this email right here. I'll be sure to get back with you in no time. And as always, guys, stay safe, keep grinding, and I'll see you guys in the next video.